So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the IT Experts Growth Academy podcast, the only podcast to help ambitious IT and tech business owners increase their sales, profit and productivity. Hi there, it's Ian Luckett from Innovate to Success. I'm really excited today to be launching the IT Experts Growth Academy podcast. Now, what is the Growth Academy podcast all about? So, essentially, I am a business growth expert, consultant, whatever you want to call me, but I help IT and tech business owners understand the difference between working in your business. So when you're really busy and you've got all these tech support, you've got the client coming in, you've got your employees driving you nuts and all these technical issues, and the difference between that and working on the business. And on the business is looking at the strategy, looking at your sales and marketing, looking at your packaging, your finance, and all of those types of good things. So we ran a previous podcast last year, which was called Be Your Best in Business. You'll find that over on the website, which is at innovatetosuccess.com. And that's more about leadership. It's more about understanding how you're actually behaving in business and some tips and tricks to manage your people. Now, the reason that we put the IT Experts Growth Academy podcast together is quite simply because now we're in the tech space. For the last couple of years, we've been in the tech space and we're working with clients on a daily and a weekly basis, either individually or in peer groups, but we're helping them out. So the value that you're going to be getting in this podcast is exactly what's going on in the world right now. What is making changes in businesses? What is making changes in the tech space? Most of the content is going to be delivered around the Drive for Business model. Now, that is a model that I've designed. It's my own model, and it is something that I use on a daily basis with clients. And basically, there's 5 steps to the Drive for Business model. You're going to hear a little bit more about it in the next episode. Essentially, the first step is around personal development. It's all about the vision of you and your business and where you really want to go and what you want to do with your life. Second up is business development. You know, if we don't understand where our money's coming from, we're not looking after our customers, getting our lead generation and bringing forwards all of that good income, we're not going to have a business pretty much to survive on. Third one is about your people. It's all about understanding your people, understanding how you're going to scale the business and how that's going to work moving forwards. Fourth up is about finance and commercial and packaging your deals, making sure you're charging enough, making sure you're delivering value. It's all about delivering value. All pricing's made up. Let's get it out there straight away. All pricing is absolutely made up. And the most important thing about that is that if you don't articulate the value, then someone's going to think that you're expensive. So really key that we understand our pricing and the finance, the income, and all right, you don't need an accountant, but you do need to understand how that kind of works. So finance and commercial is the fourth one. Fifth, in the Drive for Business model is all about business performance. And business performance is all around KPIs, key performance indicators, what measures. We don't judge our bank balance at the end of the month on whether or not that's a good, successful month. It's about how we've got risks, issues and income and things like that coming forward. When are the costs coming out? What are the problems that we're going to potentially have? What investments do we make? I invest heavily in my education and also in the business to make sure that it is a sustainable business, because I've now got, a good number of clients and we want to make sure that I can continue to serve them. If I don't act responsibly by measuring my business and knowing what's going well and what's not going well, then that's kind of doesn't really work out for me. So that's the part of the Drive for Business model, and that's the education and some of the key points that we're going to be sharing out as we go through this podcast. And the podcast is aimed at IT business owners. So the people who have generally come up through the tech space and they've been really, really good technically. They know everything about software, web development, tech support, anything to do technically wise. And you are the absolute architect of your world. But now you've got to start looking about how you're going to run a business. And that's difficult. And that's a completely different ball game. This podcast is going to fix that problem, because we're going to help you understand the things you need to do and the tips and tricks and the strategies to help you run your business as well as being run by your business. The best bit about the job that I do right now is I learn from other people. So I'm always learning from what one client's working to another, or a guy might phone me up and say, I'm doing really well with this, or this might not be working. And we share that knowledge. We sat in the peer group the other day and literally one of the guys was sitting there and he said, I've got these problems with people. I've got one client who, is my biggest dependent client. And another guy sitting next to him going, that is exactly me. Do you know what? Put them in a room, let them share. give them a little bit of education, help them, develop them with their sales, and you never know what's going to happen in terms of people learning. It's always good to learn where you're going. So look, this podcast is for anyone in the tech space, whether you're a startup, whether you've got an established business, or whether you're in a large enterprise. The thing does not change the fact that you've got these techie guys, and then you've got to run a business, and that is the hardest part about it. So that's what we're going to be addressing on this podcast. So not only going through some content, we're also going to be interviewing some absolutely awesome businessmen and women who are successful in their field. We'll be talking to people about social media. There's going to be people who are looking through data, cybersecurity, sales, all the different elements that you need to learn about how to grow your tech business and how to understand how to make it go fast and be more efficient. Because ultimately there's three things we're trying to do here. Increase your sales, increase your leads, increase your profit, make what you're working with right now more profitable. And the third one is about making yourself more productive and making yourself have that time so you can actually take Friday afternoon off and spend it with a family if you wish. So that's it for this pillar episode. This is the first episode in the IT Experts podcast. We're going to be coming out at you weekly with some content, with some information, with some interviews, with just some great value that's going to help you working on your business rather than being consumed by working in your business. So please get over to iTunes, get over to Spotify, get over to Stitcher, and wherever else we've got this. We're also going to be posting this out on YouTube as video as well. Subscribe, make sure you hit the subscribe button, then you're going to get notified when we've got new episodes coming up. And if there's anything that you want to hear, if there's anything that you want my opinion on, if there's anything out there that you want to know a little bit more about, then just drop me a message at info@innovate2success.com and I'll do a podcast about it. It's absolutely not a problem for me whatsoever. So let's connect further. Just drop me a message on LinkedIn. Tell me you saw the podcast, which episode it was and which you liked. We'll connect, and then you'll start to see some more of my content that we've got going out there. We've also got an amazing group on LinkedIn called the IT Experts Growth Academy, where we share premium content for you just over there. This is it from me today. Nice, short, sharp. This is what it's about. If this resonates with you, then hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified exactly when we're going to be releasing new content out on the channel, whether it be YouTube, iOS, whether it be Spotify, wherever you will find listening to this most convenient for you. In the meantime, you look after yourself and take care now. All the best. So thanks very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, then please remember to subscribe, rate and review. I'd really appreciate that. And also check the show notes out for all the latest developments at the IT Experts Growth Academy. If we haven't already, then let's connect on LinkedIn, YouTube and over at our website at innovate2success.com. Until next time, you look after yourself and I'll catch up with you soon.